Okay, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, and I think everybody's here now. Just a minute. Okay, I'm carrying on now. Okay. Uh, belief number belief number 6. Oh, sorry. Right. Okay, there we are. Okay, so it's a fact that on the day of judgment there'll be intercession, and I've spoken about that last week as well. Intercession. There'll be intercession by many people. There'll be intercession by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There'll be intercession by the Prophet ﷺ, there'll be intercession by various people, but intercession can only take place by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So basically people will be taking permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, the Hafiz of the Quran, the prophets, they'll be taking permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The martyrs, they'll be taking permission from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they'll be interceding on behalf of people who have sinned, and the people also who are in the fire of Jahannam. And the first to be given permission would be the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Belief number 7, Jannah and Jahannam are true. I will go into some detail in the following weeks regarding paradise and hell, inshallah. The comforts and rewards of Jannah and the punishments in Jahannam are all true. And all the pleasures that a person will enjoy, and all the calamities and difficulties that a person will enjoy in the fire of Jahannam are all physical and true. Belief number 8, both Jannah and Jahannam have already been created and are present in existence. After the questioning, one group will go into paradise and another group will go into the fire of hell. And okay, next belief, Jannah and Jahannam are both everlasting. It's not like it's gonna vanish at some point in time. One is all gonna be forever. I mean, even though our brains can't really comprehend, how that's gonna happen. But Jannah and Jahannam has been created for forever. They will be never terminated. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created them forever. And there's consensus, and there's a consensus of all the scholars of the Ummah, major scholars of the Ummah, that Jahannam and Jannah is already been created and they will be everlasting. Now a question arises, and the question is that there'll be some people whose good deeds and bad deeds will be equal. Some people whose good deeds and bad deeds will be equal. So what will happen to them? Will they go to paradise or will they go to hell? There's a surah in the Quran Kareem called Surah Araf. Araf is a belief also. It's basically an intermediary place. It's a middle place between the fire of Jahannam and between paradise. Where is it located in the Akhirah? Allah Ta'ala knows best. But those people whose good deeds and bad deeds will be equal, they will be placed in a place called Araf. It neither has the pleasures of paradise nor has the punishments of Jahannam. But this place obviously is not forever. Even those people who shall go to Araf, inshallah, will later on at a later stage enter paradise. They will be stationed in such a place where they will be able to see the dwellers of paradise and also the inhabitants of hell. Belief number 11, the punishment of the disbelievers in Jahannam again will be forever. I know for a fact that there are people out there who conspire to say that disbelievers will one day be taken out of the fire of hell. But like I said, the hadith mentions man kana akhiru kalamihi, to the nearest meaning, man kana akhiru kalamihi la ilaha illallah dakhala al-jannah, whosoever's last words are la ilaha illallah, only they will be entered into paradise. So basically it shows that if you have even iman and belief equal to a mustard seed in your heart, you will one day enter paradise. I mean, nobody wants to go into the fire of hell at all. But so may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us such iman that we enter into paradise without going into the fire of hell at all. So these disbelievers will be never saved from the punishment, nor will the punishment ever be alleviated and eased for them. I mean, I give an example of Abu Talib, who was the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. Even though he helped the Prophet ﷺ to a very great extent, but because he did not embrace Islam, he also will be given punishment in the fire of hell. The comforts and the pleasures of Jannah for the believers will also be forever, and they will never leave there. They will also always be in paradise. Once you're in paradise, you will not be removed from paradise. But once if a person is put into the fire of hell, through intercession of certain individuals, they will be then put and admitted into paradise. Belief number 12, it is a reality, it is haqq that in the hereafter the believers will see Allah Ta'ala with no restrictions and limitations. I mean, now at the moment, we do not have the capacity, we don't have the strength in our eyes to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran Kareem, فَكَشَفْنَا عَنْكَ غِطَاءَكَ فَبَصَّرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيدٌ, that your eyes will be as strong as iron. They will have the strength and the capacity to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without any limitations and restrictions on the day of judgment. And they will be stationed in such a place that they will be able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I mean, there are hadith which mention where the Sahaba asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that how will we be able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then he replied. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then replied, just like it's easy to see the moon in the sky all at once. The whole world can see the moon at one time, all at once in the sky. It's possible. It's a possibility. In the same manner, the whole entire creation would be able to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all at one time. Okay, so my presentation on Aqidah has now been completed. The next chapter which we are going to start is regarding jinn. So I will start that now because we still have some time left. Just give me a second. Right, okay. Right, okay, so I'll make an absolute start next week. So before we start, in the chat box, I'm going to take some answers. Okay, so could you write in the chat box? Could you write a statement about what do you know about jinns? What do you know about jinns? Any statements? What would you know about jinns? Right, okay, so we have a statement here. They are good and bad jinns. Totally true. Yeah, we'll cover that. Anything else? Created from smokeless fire. Well done. Yeah, good. Yeah. Made of fire. Good. Okay, they live around us. Yeah. They live in the toilet. Very true. I will go through that in detail. Okay. Jinns are creation of Allah Ta'ala. They are good and bad jinns. They are jinns in the ocean. Is that what you're saying? They are invisible. We can't see them. Yeah. Many bad jinns live in unclean places. They'll be judged in the hereafter, just like us. Were on earth before us. Fantastic. Yeah, good. Okay. And were forced to the forest by the angels. Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So I'll just give you a quick introduction. And anything else, hold on. They can possess us at their own will. Yeah. Okay. Quick introduction. I'm not going to deliver a whole lecture regarding jinns because again, it's a whole surah in the Quran Kareem has been revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called Surah Jinn. So the fact that jinns exist, it's actually our belief, and we have to believe in jinns. Not believing in jinns could take us out of the fold of Islam. I mean, in the Christian, not just the Christian scriptures, I mean, the kind of general belief is that we say the word ghost, then we say is it poltergeist? I don't know, exorcism and this and all that. So the reality is that they do exist, and we will go into detail next week, inshallah, about that. But what we've got to understand is that, as somebody mentioned very rightly, that jinns did exist before human beings. Jinns existed before human beings in this world. Just like we are now living on earth, jinns were throughout the earth. There were no human beings at that time. Iblis, the shaitan himself, was a jinn, which again is being substantiated from the Quran Kareem. They caused a lot of mischief, and then they were basically wiped out from the earth. Most of them wiped out from the earth by the angels. Just out of interest, something I remembered and maybe I'll forget next week, so I'm going to mention. I do get questions from students regarding dinosaurs. Did dinosaurs exist? And again, this is my own opinion. I haven't seen this anywhere, but I would say that dinosaurs probably did exist when jinns were alive. And when we see the fossils of dinosaurs, we see that dinosaurs were enormous and huge. I mean, to no surprise, jinns again were enormous creatures and huge. So just like the animals that we live in, that live in these days, they have reduced in size. Maybe the animals of the jinns, they were dinosaurs. They were dinosaurs and they were huge at that time. So there's no reason to say Islamically that did dinosaurs exist or did it not exist. We don't refute it, and also we don't say that they did exist because there's no kind of actual evidence. Anyway, and it's also been mentioned here that they were shooting stars, and yeah, okay. So you guys have given me some really good statements, and maybe there's some questions there as well. If you have any questions, keep them with you. Inshallah, next Sunday we'll elaborate on the details of jinn, and we will go through some detail. Okay, right? Okay. So we'll leave that for next week. So before I go into any questions, most of us have a half-term holiday next week. Now, we are coming to an end of beliefs, okay? I have recorded all the sessions. If anybody requires any of the sessions, I can send it to you through WhatsApp. And I've sent some questions on WhatsApp this morning. It's optional, but again, it's for your own benefit. After every kind of chapter, I'd like to give a short assessment. I've sent some questions. If you would like to answer them and you send me those answers, I will give you feedback. I think that's the best way forward. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll open the chat up to questions now. Any questions regarding what we learned so far? You can type it in the chat box, and I'll then carry on. But yeah, then I'll terminate the session later on.